Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. 5 things I loathe about Evony, the King's Return. First one, subs and cultures. I like the idea that there are many different cultures and many different subs that go with those cultures. What I don't like is that so many of them are irrelevant. If it's not Japanese culture, it's not good. Basically, it's not good enough. What I think should happen is that every single subtype should have a military component and an economic component, and that would balance it out. For example, maybe Korea is gathering speed like it is, and it also improves archer attack by a certain percent. And then maybe China is, yes, it's food production or resource production, but it also has a military component where it improves, I don't know, siege attack. And then Japan can be all attack, but slightly reduced numbers. You know, those kind of things. Give all the cultures some relevance so that there are choices. And not to mention, hey, there are a lot of other cultures in the world, a lot of other continents. Why is it specifically Europe? What do we have? North America. We've got Asia. Do we have anything else? Is there is there South America, Central America cultures? I can't remember anything in Africa. There's so much out there. You could add more. There's a lot more to put in there. Number 2, blink and you've lost it all. This is something that I really, really wish they would do something about. And it's the reason that so many people quit the game. Because if you blink, you'll get hit. You've lost everything that you've worked on for months, perhaps years, in an instant. And that is exciting for some people because you could lose a whole lot real quick. And it's kind of like gambling, right? But at the same time, why not have something where you can work your butt off and eventually recover? Kind of like what the hospital is supposed to be. Why not? Because, for Evony, because they want people to spend to get that stuff back. But in reality, what ends up happening is people lose it all and they just quit. So why not make the game a little more amenable to most players? Maybe there's a way to get it back faster by spending. And then also there's a way to grind it out over a long period. Like maybe the Holy Palace and souls and all that stuff should be 100%. For example, this is a crazy idea, but it's really, really difficult to build up the soul crystals and whatever that you need to get those troops back. So it requires a lot of gameplay, but eventually you will get your stuff back. I think that would improve war. It'd make people more aggressive. People would fight a lot more rather than just hide behind a bubble the whole time. And that's all you do. Farm, bubble, farm, bubble. That's it. This is supposed to be a war game, but it really is not. Number 3, refining. Refining is, oh my God, that's probably the worst thing in this game. And I feel like the system of refining is intentionally blocking you from getting what you actually want. I feel like there are hidden behind the scene things that are intentionally making it harder for you to get those specific refines. It's horrible. Not only does it take so many stones and so much time to actually work your way out, but it doesn't allow for any experimentation. It's something I talked about in the Real Talk video. Because it's so difficult to refine, I'm going to stick to whatever the cookie cutter build is. I'm going to go to and do specific things rather than branch out and try new things because it's just too costly to do otherwise. Number 4, server versus server. I'm talking about the event where 2 servers butt it out and they fight. You know, when this was first released, a lot of the people that are watching this video now don't know the history of server versus server, but when it was first released, it was the worst thing ever. You would go to another server and you would lock up, you would never be able to move. And it ended up being that tons and tons of people started charging back on their cards. Evony lost a whole bunch of money, and then they ended up giving some kind of a gift thing in everybody's inventory that you would get as you level up each keep, and you would get a new it was like an apology gift for every keep level, and that still exists today. It's not called a compensation anymore. It used to be called like server versus server compensation, and now they just call it like the keep level gift or growth gift or something like that. But that's what it used to be. It's so bad. And then that was how bad it was at the beginning, but it's hardly any better now. Like, so many people just don't want to participate in server versus server because it's just too risky and the rewards are not worth it. You probably only participate in there, many people, to get your wings and then you're done. And that's not how it should be. Everybody participates in Battlefield. And the reason is you get your stuff back at the end. So maybe server versus server should be the same. Maybe when you participate in server versus server, you lose your troops for the duration of it. And then after those couple days, you get your stuff back. And you could pay to get your stuff back earlier, which would promote paying, because that's what they want in the end anyway. But at least everybody would be willing to participate because you get your stuff back. Now it's just bubble up and let's try to catch the couple people that accidentally unbubble. Number 5, the lack of game information. I hate that I have to guess what everything does in this game. Not only is there so little information produced by Evony on their page and in-game about how things work, we don't know the system, we don't know how it works, we have to guess everything. The text is misleading, they change the language in every other patch. It's just terrible. We don't know what is going on in this game. Why do you not have a Wikipedia page that is official, that gives us concrete information about how this game actually functions? You don't have the money to make a Wikipedia page? Come on, Evony. That's it for the 5 things I loathe about Evony the King's Return.